Hey, what's up everyone? This is Starscream 1988, and today I'm going to bring you my Baltimore Comic Con haul. Actually, it's been a week now. I've been super busy working, but a week ago today, Saturday, I was working the first day of the convention. I got there Friday. We did the setup and all that good stuff. So I actually didn't pick up any of the stuff until like Friday, but I'll go through it, fairly quick. Just like, a lot of you, they also collect toys, and you might also do comics. So I like art just like anybody else probably would. This here is art from a gentleman named Jason Metcaf, and I've been picking up his art now for, this is the third con now, or 3 years I would say. Really cool guy. He actually at first, obviously, he's not gonna recognize me because at seeing thousands of people on a daily basis is, it's crazy. But when I started kind of getting to questions, he, honestly remember, he was like, "Oh my God, yeah, Boston, 2009." I'm like, "Yeah," and because what happened was I asked him to take a picture with the art that I was purchasing, and this is actually what he looks like. So I asked him, "Hey, can you hold him up?" And as soon as he did that, he's like, "Oh, you know what? Nobody ever does that, but I remember that you did that." I was like, "Yeah, I did." So I showed him a picture of the first one. So I actually got to face tag him and stuff, Facebook tag him. But yeah, he was a really cool guy. We spoke for a good 15-20 minutes, so he was pretty cool. This is art that he actually did back in 2010, so last year. And what he does is like like any other artist that aren't always working for a comic book company. They have things commissioned, and then people pay for whatever it is they want, and then they make print, and then at the convention they bring as many prints as they can, and then they'll sign it right there for you, right then and there. So actually that's his signature right then and there. So his signature is actually down here. Move that up a little. Is there, and as you can see, it's in black and white. But then he'll sign it for you right there, or whatever. So that's that. And he always uses a gold pen when he's signing live. So that's basically that right there. And he did it for the 4 that I purchased. So anyway, this is obviously Wonder Woman, and it's beautiful picture. He's done a lot of work for DC. I think more for DC than Marvel, but even his Marvel characters are great. This is, as you can see, obviously Captain America. There's a signature there again. This one he did back in 2008, and this is one of his most popular prints. It's actually before we knew there were going to be movies, before we knew that there were going to be all these things happening, or maybe while we were starting to find out. He had done a full it's kind of like a spread of 4, I believe it's 4 characters. So this actually right here is Captain America's cap, and then it just goes on to another character, and I think it was like Iron Man and then the Incredible Hulk or something like that. But it's really cool picture. And so this is his black and white, and everything that I'll be showing you here, he actually does color too, but he's just one of those artists that just looks a lot better when you just pick it up in black and white, because you can just see more of the definition and like the rough art of it. Once you start putting color, then you kind of erases a lot of this stuff. So I always pick up his art in black and white, and I think now I have a total of like 8 or 9 prints. This is his Archangel, and he actually started doing this back in 2009, so he goes back and forth. He's actually doing smaller sizes, and then he'll put a black border around them. So I thought it was pretty cool. I asked him, any way that you would have the version that covers the whole page. He's like, actually, no, this is actually how I started drawing it. So he purposely did him in the middle, and then just kind of started doing the wings as proportion as he thought they should be in terms of length and height and all that. And so obviously they just don't make it past the page. But the essence of Archangel's obviously there. He looks really cool, and it's a nice pose. And there's his autograph there again. And last but not least, you got Catwoman, and a very nice page. I forgot what he actually named this, but this is basically, she's just did a robbery, and she's obviously just bathing in the cash, and she has her cats around her. And his autograph here is, which is kind of cool, it's actually inside of one of the bills. So there's his autograph right there in one of the money bills. And the color version of this is, again, really nice, but you just don't see all that money. It's there, but it's not as defined as the black and white. So that was Jason Metcaf, and again, real cool cat. Here now we have, and again, this is at my last day at the con because I was working. This obviously is Optimus Prime, and this is made by a gentleman named Dan. Was it? I feel horrible. Dan or Dave? I'm trying to remember. I believe it was Dave, but for whatever reason, his email address is like Dan something. But anyway, so this was Dave, and real cool guy. This is actually what he looks like, right there. And I had him do the same thing, you know, the whole, you know, hold my favorite too that he did. So that's him. Again, real cool guy. Him I actually spoke to the longest. I kept actually trying to leave the table, which was kind of funny, because normally when, you know, you're a fan of all this stuff, you want to stay and talk as much as you want. But we vibed, so we probably spoke for over half an hour. And people were still going to the table and buying art from him. And he kept, you know, taking care of them. But then he kept talking to me. And we were just talking about Transformers. And I was telling him all my Transformers. And I'm actually, I gave him $20 so he can commission some art for me, which I won't get until next year. But anyway, so this is one that he had commissioned a few years ago. Don't exactly know when because he doesn't put the date like Jason did. But anyway, so this is Optimus. Next we have Optimus in Beast Wars mode, and I like this one a lot. It's actually kind of funny. I just got this, and actually I'll be showing this in a different video, but I just got this from my boss, and he's broken. He's missing his chest piece, but as you can see, the colors are very different. The toy version doesn't even have the mouth open like he did in the cartoon, and the cannon, when you do this with the cannon, it's actually a different color. As you can see, it's red. So on the picture, it's still gray. So again, that's more cartoon accurate, but that's the toy that it would be representing. And I've never had this. I don't even have another one, so this is my first one ever. But anyway, so this will be for later segment. So he had a couple different styles of how he does these, and with the first one I show you has the red grid, which is obviously right there. And this is, you know, we all know this because red is for the Autobots, purple's for the Decepticons. Beast Wars didn't really do that. This is Optimus, and a lot of people don't like him, but I do. If it's Optimus Prime, you know, it doesn't matter to me. But I do like this this representation of Optimus, and I think it's a cool toy too. Actually, one of my favorite in terms of, you know, the Beast Wars. I like him more than the monkey, really. So anyway, so that's Optimus, and when he draws Beast Wars characters, he uses a lot of the greens and oranges, I guess, to probably kind of represent the earth, you know, the jungle and stuff like that. You know, more natural colors. And this is what I was gonna get to. So this is him in Binotech mode, or as we call them here, I forgot what we call them here, but Binotechs, alternators. There we go. So this is him in alternator mode. So this is the Dodge Ram. Now you can pick this up with the white in the background, or you could have picked it up with the red grid. But obviously he has so much red that it just didn't look good. So I got lucky. This was actually the last print, and he actually took care of me big time too. I mean, he has like a set price of what he charges, and nobody was really buying like the combo deal where you buy 6 for a certain price or whatever, and especially these, because these are the bigger ones. He has smaller versions. So these are, I believe, 12 by something. So I need big frames when I put these up. But yeah, so I grabbed 6, and I was gonna grab another 6, but instead I grabbed like 9. But he still just only basically charged me for 6, which was pretty cool. Here we have Jetfire, and that's the Classics mode. He had this in G1 cartoon accurate mode. He had it in the toy accurate mode. So for those of you that know, it's the Valkyrie from Robotech. He had that version, and then he also had the, that was probably it actually. He had those two, this, and yeah, that was it. He might have had another one, but out of the 3, even though I like the G ones, obviously, like anybody else would, I dig the Classics one the best. And since I was going through a lot of these things, I was like, damn, I really don't have a classics one, so let me grab one at least. So I started with this one, and maybe later on someday I'll grab some of the other ones, because these are all gonna go on my wall. There we have the Great Megatron, and same thing with this. You know, I wanted something there was G1 to match Optimus, but even like with the Optimus, it's not really G1, it's almost Masterpiece. And the reason I say that is because obviously with the original toy it wouldn't have that there. Here obviously you can see the grip of when you would pull the trigger on both legs, so this is more like the Masterpiece version. And this was also available in white, but I picked it up with the purple because it just looked perfect, since, you know, he's mainly silver. So that's Megatron. Then we have the Dinobots, and again this one was also available with the red grid, but it just looks so much better when the white, because, you know, they're energy blades, since they're red and they have some red on them, I should say, especially Swoop. He has a lot of red. I just didn't like it with the grid. So again, I think there was only maybe 2 available on this, so I grabbed this one. And he does a little bit of a signature on all of them, and it's almost impossible to see. So that's his signature there on the copy, but then here he signed it. And it's funny because I said, you know, can you make a bigger signature? He goes, no, that's as big as I signed. So I said, okay. I said, you know, I'm not gonna put this on eBay or anything. He goes, no, I'm sure you're not, but that's as big as I signed. I said, okay, not a problem, you know, whatever. And a little background history with him is that he's actually a fine art student, so he used to draw like people, so that's his thing. And for whatever reason, like 10 years ago, he actually worked for Marvel for a little bit, and then he left that gig, and then he started working for the people that make the BotCon magazine, the Timelines magazine. So if any of you own or been to BotCon and you have their issues, a lot of those covers are his, or some of the interior work. And if you own any of the toys, like current stuff, like again, like alternators, a few of the covers of the alternators boxes, that's his art. So so he's been working with these guys for over 10 years, or about 10 years now. So he's a real cool guy. I guess he goes to all the cons. It's the first time I ever meet him, and I go, you know, fair good amount of cons. There's Grimlock again, and you know, same story. This was available with the red, but this is more of the Masterpiece version. And I just actually picked up a Masterpiece Grimlock, so this was perfect. So I loved it. So I was like, you know, it worked out pretty well that I grabbed this, and now I picked up a Grimlock. But yeah, this is the Grimlock version Masterpiece, which is really nice. And last but not least, again, another Grimlock, and another one of my favorite alternators. And more than anything, because, you know, obviously I've said in some of my videos before, I love Mustangs, and, you know, Grimlock's in my top 10 favorite Transformers. So it was, you know, perfect match made in heaven, as they say. I actually asked for Wheeljack too, just because I was curious. And he's never made a Wheeljack one, which would be the same car with a little bit more, I think, more of a body kit, for those of you that have the toy. But nobody's actually ever commissioned it, so he's just never made it. So I guess I could be the first one, but I actually want to do something a little bit different. I want more of a battle scene or something like that, or maybe a group shot of more Transformers. So we'll see. I haven't really decided what I want yet as a commission piece, but yeah, that's it. So that was the art that I picked up from Baltimore Comic Con, which was pretty cool. Nice place to go. It's real nice. It's a lot more intimate than going to San Diego. San Diego's just crazy. I mean, it's not what it used to be. So so I'm actually gonna be showing you a little bit of the figures that I picked up. So I do apologize if my hand shakes a little bit. And I didn't pick up anything like super special. Here we're at my this is my poker table. It was taken out while I was on my trip. The wife and the roommates were playing poker and stuff. So anyway, I don't know why that light's bothering like that. But anyway, so yeah, I picked up, this is, you know, as you all know, I'm not even going to review this ever because there's no point. But as you know, this is Thor from the movie. So this is one of the items that I picked up. Alright, so Thor. I picked up his companion piece, which is obviously Loki. So there's Loki. Now I actually picked this up, and I want to give him props because he took care of me. I picked this up from Reggie's Comics and Collectibles. I believe he has a eBay tag, and it's the same thing. So that's Reggie's Comics and Collectibles. Real cool cat from South Carolina. He was there at the con selling toys. That's all he does is sell toys. I don't know where the comics part comes in because I didn't see him selling any comics. Maybe he just collects comics. But yeah, he sold me this, him, and last but not least, he got me I got this from him also, and I finally got a Red Hulk. And this is the second release, but that's fine with me. That's the one that I actually wanted. So there's the Hulk. And I got these for a sweet deal. I don't even want to say how much I paid because it's just ridiculous what he charged me. It was definitely a lot less than retail. But yeah, he took care of me. And during the whole weekend, it was pretty cool because he was right across from me. And so we would chat and stuff like that. And so we vibe pretty well too. Real cool guy. And last but not least, and patience is everything. These came out a long time ago, so now he's not a big deal, obviously. And you know, even to a point, he's not either. But I was able to pick these two guys up for less than $10. I shit you not. I went up to him. We were talking, and I said, he's like, oh, you know, what are you selling? I said, you know, I'm selling comics or whatever, and toys. And you know, obviously, I gave him a business card to my store that I work for. And so we were talking, and we kind of got into the subject of this. He's like, do you have one? I said, no, not yet, because, you know, at one point, people were charging $25. Now I know you can find them at the stores, you know, if you get lucky, and they're a little bit more available. So he goes, do you want one now? I said, yeah, why not? So he was charging, I think, $12.99 or $13.99. And I said, that's just too high of a price. He's like, no, I'm just going to charge you whatever Target charges you, whatever, or Walmart. So I said, okay. So he said, yeah, just give me $8. I said, oh, cool. So I gave him $8, and then, you know, I kind of looked, and he goes, do you have his companion piece? You know, like, do you have any caps? I said, yeah, I have a few caps, but I don't have any movie caps. And so he goes, oh, yeah, just take this one then. He just kind of threw it in. So for $8, I ended up getting two. So it's not bad, you know, so either, you know, they were $4 each, or, you know, whatever. Buy one, get one free. So that was cool. So that was basically all I picked up. Again, I worked the whole weekend, and so I didn't really have time to do anything. I took pictures of, you know, some of the cosplayers and stuff like that as they would walk by my booth. But that was basically it. So that was my haul. And yeah, that's basically it. So give me some thumbs up if you like my video. For those of you that subscribe to me, thanks again. I gave you guys all a shout out last week. But yeah, take care, guys. And I'll be showing you another video of my regular weekly toy haul since I came back. Alright guys, thanks a lot, peace, see you later.